want to talk about this Dodgers offense, though, because they've been phenomenal. I've been talking about it over the last few weeks, and that, look, you're going to have injuries. You're going to have guys where they're not at their best. Julio Urias is going through some stuff right now. He's been banged up. He hasn't looked his best on the mound. Clayton Kershaw, first time in his career, he's failed to go into the fourth inning in back-to-back starts. Absolutely understandable, dealing with the passing of his mother. He was on the bereavement list, so you can't expect him to be full board. Dustin May, they lose him. I said the day it happened, I laughed at that 4 to 6 weeks. I'm sure you did as well.
Yeah, that was very obviously going to be, the floor was 2 months. You're looking at 3 months.
Yeah, 4 to 6. We should do a chart, Clint. Like 4 to 6 equals 2 to 3 months.
Yeah, really.
We just do the chart. I mean, PRP shot means the worst case scenario, but no, I think, yeah. I mean, if you look at this starting rotation, they definitely have been banged up, but the offense has supplemented it. I mean, the offense has stepped up. And if you look at this offense, since Will Smith has been back, in this stretch where the starting rotation hasn't been able to carry their weight and go deep in the games, averaging almost 6 runs per game. When Betts, Freeman, Smith, and Martinez all start, the Dodgers are 13-6, averaging 6.11 runs per game. In all other games, they're 18-14, averaging just over 5 runs. So when that top 5 is intact, and really they've only had 2 injuries as far as since the season started from their big 5 right there, and that's JD and Will Smith. But do you think this is the best big 5 in the league, the best quintet in Major League Baseball?
I mean, in terms of them like actually producing, it's hard to argue against it. You know, based on if you're basing it on how much they're making in a year, you would say it's the Padres. You know, but I'm not Buster Olney. I don't have a hard time picking these guys. It's got to be the Los Angeles Dodgers because they're doing what you're supposed to do, be run producers. And even Max Muncy, you know, he's going through it again. He's still having a hard time coming out of the that sicky icky that he had. But he's finding ways to contribute. He's finding ways. He's also playing really good defense again over the last week after kind of going up and down here and there. But it's hard to say that this is not at the bare minimum. Let's say a top 3, top 5 in baseball. But also, I'll admit I didn't do the research to look at all the other top 5s in baseball, so I can't tell you otherwise.
Yeah, I think if you look at how dynamic they are, each guy brings a different strong suit. I mean, Freddie Freeman's going to hit for average. He's the guy that's going to hit to all fields. Mookie, combination of average, pop. I mean, hit doubles. I mean, this guy can do it all. Will Smith, really, he's the glue guy. I mean, he is the glue guy. And, yeah, I mean, he's hitting .317 this season, a 161 WRC+. Plus. That ranks 8th in all of Major League Baseball. With hitters have at least 140 plate appearances. So he's not just one of the best hitting catchers in baseball. He's one of the best hitters in all of Major League Baseball. So, yeah, I mean, the Dodgers' worst games this year, just look at the lineup. If he's not in the lineup, it's a good chance they're not scoring a lot of runs. So, yeah, if you look at this offensive production, it really hinges on him being in there. But can they sustain this? Can you expect this for an entire season? I don't think you can. I mean, sometimes you're going to have the ebbs and flows of a season. Yeah. The starting rotation is going to have its ups. It's going to have its downs. The offense is going to have its ups. It's going to have its downs. But right now, they need to carry the starting rotation, and they're doing just that. It reminds me in football, 2018 Kansas City Chiefs, right? They're the worst defense, best offense. And right now you're seeing them kind of flip the script on that because years past, Dodgers, they led in every single category: pitching, starting pitching, relieving, anything. When it came to pitching, Dodgers were at the top. This year, they're right in the middle of the pack.
Yeah, and a lot of it is on that top 5. It's riding on that top 5, maybe in the top 6. It seems like either somebody 6, 7, or 8 will do something to make a difference in a game. But you still want a little more consistency out of that back half of the lineup. When you do have a lineup that doesn't have Will Smith in it, if you want to give yourself an actual chance to win, maybe you can't also have Chris Taylor in there with Austin Barnes and Trace Thompson in that lineup. Like, you are just giving your starting pitcher no chance of getting some run support in that game. So you got to be maybe a little smarter, or just think, like, look at the numbers, look what the stats tell you. Hey, Mookie Betts really likes playing shortstop. He hits extremely well when he's on the infield, and we want to give Miguel Rojas a night off. Let's put him at short. We also want to give Will Smith a night off at the same time. Well, that's even better because you're able to offset that black hole in the lineup that would be having particularly those 3 guys I mentioned, with Taylor, Thompson, and Barnes in this case, because I'm really focused on them, and I'm going back to the bench thing, I guess. I just really don't like this bench. It's not good.
Well, I mean, I think that it's worth discussing, because that definitely is a concern. Because yeah, there are a lot of guys hitting around 200. There are a lot of guys hitting under 200 that are getting pretty significant at bats. And in the postseason, you can't expect the 1 through 5 to carry each and every game throughout the entire postseason. At some point, you need some key contributors down there in the bottom of the lineup, because look, it's like the group project, right? It's like me and the group project. I show up, do nothing. I expect to get the A because of what everyone else did. That doesn't work in Major League Baseball. You need guys to step up. But the reality is, I mean, the Dodgers have only been held to 3 or fewer runs in 17 games this season. That's tied for the 7th lowest in Major League Baseball. So you're not seeing as many droughts as we saw in seasons past. And that's because I think this lineup is superior to last year's lineup at the top. I think Mookie coming to his own. We knew he was going to be hot in May. He was hot in May. Freddie Freeman, just like that, he's the Dodgers' best player offensively, right up there among the league leaders. I think JD Martinez, what he brings as a slugger, it totally changes things. Because Justin Turner, he didn't get hot until Musgrove called him out in the season.
Yeah,
Max Muncy, he was non-existent last year. He's turned things around. Still going through a little bit of a slump, but I think you can count on him this year. Would you agree this lineup is better than last year, or do you think Trey Turner kind of flips the scales a little bit?
It's better than last year because it's different to me. I didn't. It was the lineup last year was insane. It was an extremely good lineup. The numbers, the stats back that up, but with every fiber of their being. But what did we say for a few weeks after that season ended? It's like I bitched more than anybody. I want a different looking lineup. And Andrew, I appreciate you being a friend of the show and watching so religiously, because they changed the lineup. They changed it drastically from what we saw. The biggest part of drastic there being not Trey Turner, but Justin Turner being out of the lineup. You know, you just saw the column in LA Times last weekend about Justin Turner being like, you know, bring me home. I'll do whatever you want. I don't care. This is all I'm asking. And them pretty much not returning his text. Like, kind of over it. I think the Dodgers too saw we need something to kind of get over this hump. And it's not necessarily that it was JT, but maybe it was just that was the best route to finding a new, not a new voice, but just a new attack to the lineup. I can't, that's not even the right word either, but it's got a different feel, and that feel, it's not always reliant on the slug, which again, Doug, big time slug guy. We call him Doug Slug here,
yes,
but that's K. That's K-Rock.
McCain.
But anyways, it's they can beat you in a lot of ways. Whether that is a JD Martinez bomb, whether that is Freddie slapping one to the left side, whether that is Miguel Vargas, you know, hitting a humpback liner to left field line that the left fielder couldn't get to, and Doug posting on Twitter that there's plenty of room on the Miguel Vargas train or whatever it is. They can beat you in a lot of ways, and that's fun. It's different. I like this lineup. Is it better than last year's? No. You weren't going to get a better lineup than last year's team unless you brought them all back and also plugged in like a Corey Seager at third base or whatever it's going to be. But it's a very good lineup. What we have right now, it's fun. It just needs a couple more. It needs one more consistent guy at the back of the lineup. But if you have to have other guys hit to support Miguel Rojas, and you put your efforts elsewhere to improve the roster, probably the bullpen needs a little more help in case some guys don't get healthy. Sorry, I'm rambling on here, but I'll just answer the question. Yes, it is a good lineup. I like it, and I believe it's better in a whatever this means. That's how it's better. It's better like in the presentation of how it can beat a team. That's what I'm going with.
I love it. Yeah, I think you're on the money, though. I see what you're getting
There's
at, though.
There's something about it. That's what it is. It's not necessarily indescribable. I'm just not describing it well.
Look,
but there's something
you have guys
better
that had
about
bad
this
years
lineup.
last year that are having bounce back seasons this year. You don't have Cody Bellinger, who was a hole in the lineup. I mean, Gavin Lux, when he returned after the injury, he wasn't the same guy.
Yeah.
So, yes, there are still holes in this lineup. David Peralta has shown flashes. Miguel Vargas and James Albin, they're inserted into this lineup. But it cannot be overstated to me how big of an upgrade JD Martinez Martinez is to Justin Turner. To me, it is Justin Turner, upgrade key, boom, and you get JD Martinez. I mean, you look at the numbers, his isolated power in 2022 was at 174. This year it's at 312. So, I mean, you're looking at his power numbers just come back, 9 home runs already, 30 RBI, 135 weighted runs created plus. JT, not having a terrible year, but a 111 weighted runs created plus. But look at the slugging. JT, he's slugging 400. And so far this season, JD Martinez, he's slugging 580. And that is what this team needed. You know what I preach? If you want the dub, you got to slug. And yes, that over 50% of this team's runs come via that home run ball. But we've also seen David Peralta win the game with a single. We've also seen a lot of hits on the margins. And yeah, you can win with the uppercut and the knockout punch, but also you can get some jabs in there. And I think this team does that too. Just kind of tap, kind of flick them. But yeah, I mean, look, this team definitely can beat you in a multitude of different ways. And yeah, it couldn't have come at a better time. But let us know down below in the comment section. Do you think that this year's version of the Dodgers lineup is better than last year? Do you think they're better with JD Martinez instead of JT? Do you think they're better this year? Let us know down below. This man to my right is Mr. Clint Pasillas, the man, the myth, the legend. You can follow him at RealFRG. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. Special shout out to our producer, Mr. Cody Lou, the glue of the team, always repping ice in his veins. And let us know down below in the comment section. Also, if you haven't yet, probably already are, but if you're not, be sure to subscribe to the Dodgers Nation YouTube channel. If you have any friends that are Dodgers fans, if you have any family that are Dodgers fans that aren't subscribed, go and have them subscribe, and also smash that like button if you really want to support the channel. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and we out.